Let's see. I don't even know, did I? Yep. Should I cut that part out?
Nah. We're not that sophisticated. Also, I think your dad just went straight up to bed.
Oh yeah, he did. Hi! So, it's really late at night. It's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah, my phone's off.
It actually might be past. Yeah, it's just a little past 1 a.m.
Probably don't talk too loud because your parents will kill us.
My parents are asleep. My grandma's not. Well, she might be. She might be asleep in her chair. But her TV's on.
I think she just turned the TV on there because I didn't hear when we first came in.
It's possible. So,
we just got home.
We did.
Didn't catch on to that already.
Tiffany had to change.
Because I got sick on the way home.
But we're not going to focus on the slight negative. We don't actually know what exactly set her off.
It could have been one of 3 things.
Taking medicine on an empty stomach. Oh, the fact that she hasn't had any water at all today.
Yeah.
So we really need to fix that. We did get her some food.
I don't like your water.
Well, too bad. We don't have anything else. You'll have to live. I'd rather have water than, you know, throwing up. So
I'm better. We stopped and got some Sprite and fries at McDonald's, so I'm good.
The Sprite wasn't that good.
The Sprite wasn't good, but it did the trick.
So
anyway, what we were actually supposed to be talking about is we just got home from Anastasia. It was really good.
The sad thing is your book was like messed up, and yet yours is somehow flatter than mine.
Well, I just rolled it back, but we had gum when we first went in because both of us were desperate, and I had some.
Did you tear some?
No, I just stuck it over.
Oh, wow.
So that's permanently there.
You could have just told me. I wouldn't have given you the wrapper.
It smells minty, though. Anyway.
We got back from Anastasia.
So we went and we saw it at the Benedum Center, which is in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh.
Here's the ticket to prove that we actually went. Tony has hers, but she's not holding hers up.
Ticket. This is all Sarah has left from the parking, which she's very upset about, but...
I really wanted to keep it, but at least I got that.
The show, it was good. I don't really have any complaints, really, about it. The only thing is that...
You wanted Derek.
I would have loved to see Derek and Christy, but Christy's only on Broadway and Derek's not doing the show anymore, which
he retired.
Sucks because he was like the perfect Dimitri. But that aside, I mean, I didn't expect him anyway because it is a traveling cast. But our Anya was different. We actually had an understudy, which was Beth
something. It would tell us on the inside of this, but I don't know.
Beth something.
Oh, there we go. Beth Stanford. That lady right there.
She was actually a really good Anya. I gave her props, you know.
I still say that she looks a little bit more like Christy than the actual.
Yeah, this is the actual travel Anya. Lila Coogan, I think.
Lila. We still don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, woman.
Yeah.
So we did have her understudy, but I think everyone else was who they were supposed to be.
Yeah, I think.
I made the joke that the real travel Anya made it to Pittsburgh, stayed here a couple days, and then promptly got sick.
Probably. I actually wanted to make a joke about Vlad because there's a scene whenever they first get to Paris, without saying too much and giving it away, where he actually kisses the ground, and I'm like, you're gonna get hepatitis or something from doing that, dude. This is Pittsburgh. This is not Broadway. You're gonna get sick. But it was good. You know, given the fact that we couldn't actually have Christy
or Derek.
Sorry, it was blinking. It was driving me nuts.
I don't mind Zach though, and he's the new
Beth was good.
Derek. Yeah.
Beth was good. She did really good job with In My Dreams, which is a really big number to do. I wasn't impressed with the Dimitri. Just saying, that's just my personal opinion. Vlad was great, funny as ever, but you know, nobody can beat John. I wasn't a big fan of the Duchess or Empress or
the Empress, the grandma.
Yeah, the grandma. I mean, Lily was funny.
I hate to say it, but I did like this Lily. I didn't think I'd like Lily. From the music from the actual soundtrack, I didn't like Lily.
I think what I liked more, other than the song, I wasn't a big, huge fan of Vlad and Lily's song. I loved all the quirks in it though, like especially when they were like all out of breath and like having her covered because they're older now, and it was really funny scene.
That had Dad in stitches.
It was a hilarious scene. But we got there about what? 7?
Well, no, we were there around like 6:30 is when we pulled into the garage.
Around 6:30, which we honestly got there in really good time. We left here, which is about an hour, 45 minutes.
Well, it's an hour away from Kennywood. It's about an hour and a half away from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So we left here around 5, a little bit after. And we got there around 6:30, so we didn't come into any traffic except for at the very, very end. And if you've ever gone through Pittsburgh, you know that's a big feat because there is always traffic in Pittsburgh. And we missed all of it, which is great. I think we got stuck for maybe 3 minutes at the very end of our trip.
We got caught in the tunnels for a little bit.
She was kind of, I think you were panicking a little bit there at the end.
I didn't like the tunnels.
Yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
It could have been worse.
When we parked, parking was smooth. We just found our spot. We actually found a pretty decent spot. There's more to that story, but I'll get there
eventually.
Eventually.
We had to wait about half an hour before they let us in.
Which honestly was our mistake because we could have gone in earlier as soon as we got there. We just didn't fully realize that. So, we did the typical, we took pictures in front of the sign. And
we took pictures of pretty much
billboard.
Everything we could.
Yeah, we took pictures in front of a weird fountain.
We did.
But
not the eyes.
Yeah, they had eye seats.
That was weird.
Very weird.
But the fountain was nice.
Yeah, it smelled like chlorine.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like chlorine.
Who doesn't?
I don't know, weird people. But anyway, so we took pictures, we waited around. It actually wasn't that bad. It was kind of chilly when we first got there, but whenever we were standing, I don't feel like it was that cold.
We waited about 15 minutes outside, and then we waited the rest of it in like the little lobby.
Yeah, they had
it was like a pre-lobby.
It was attached to the box office, and then you had the lobby,
which I pre-ordered
like the entrance the entrance corridor more so. And then you had the actual lobby, and then kind of another mini lobby before you went into the actual
little seating
theater.
area.
The weird thing though is that once we got in there,
we
couldn't get into the actual theater until 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we couldn't get into the actual theater part until 7. And then we couldn't get into the actual theater to sit down until 7:30.
But that gave us enough time to look at some merch, which we did actually buy some merch.
So that's a good time to segue into what we bought. We didn't buy a whole lot because it was kind of expensive. But
and we didn't have a lot of money.
I'm actually satisfied with what I got. She gave me an extra $1 because I didn't have quite enough because I got some Coke, which is great because I probably would have died if I hadn't.
Probably. You would have thrown up in the theater. And
which would not have been very good.
Thrown out.
It would not have been very good.
You would have been thrown out.
But literally it was like 15 minutes down the road. I'm like, Sarah, I don't feel good. Sarah's ignoring me. I'm like, Sarah!
No. I heard you starting to do something. I'm like, oh my goodness, please don't throw up. She starts to throw up and I'm like, nope, I don't hear this. I don't hear this.
Here's the sad thing is, I love how this is supposed to transition into merch and it's like, no, here's my throw up story.
Because, well, you got a Coke.
I got a Coke, which is fine. It's fine. I think that's probably the only thing that got me through probably until it did.
That and a little bit of gum.
And I think we got maybe, 20 minutes away from the actual center. We haven't even gotten out of, the square.
It was before we even got into the tunnels.
Yeah. And then
you, died.
I started to feel like, how whenever you're getting sick and your mouth starts to water a lot, and I'm like, oh, crap. Should I tell him to pull over? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm just like, I'm like doing birthing breathing, and it's like, okay, yeah, this isn't working. So I grabbed the nearest shopping bag we had.
It had holes in it.
Which is fine, but it had holes in it, and I didn't realize that till afterwards, and everything's leaking, and I'm like, crap! Nothing's going okay right now. And I'm there crying. I'm like, I'm sorry. And Sarah's like, it's fine, it's seen worse.
We have.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
We've seen worse.
But now we're laughing about it, which is fine. I guess that's what you gotta do. So, but anyway, back to merch. I got a magnet. It was $10.
I kind of wish I would have gotten one too, but I ran out of money.
I mean, the magnet, I really like it because it looks exactly like the poster.
Which is kind of funny.
It's great. I love
Because
this.
Dad came up with $6 for McDonald's, but wouldn't give me $5 more for my magnet.
Yeah.
But that being said, I did buy this keychain, which you probably can't see hardly anything of because it is very hard to see. I'm a little sad it doesn't have a lobster claw. I really like lobster claw keychains, but
I don't think anybody likes dealing with regular key rings.
I like it. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I might actually bump Hufflepuff, which is going to be the first time since I actually got the keychain last year.
Mm-hmm.
But
outside of when she had to replace it.
I did.
Anyway.
But I still got it last year.
Yeah. So we got into the theater around 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really didn't take that long for a thing to start. Everybody just came in, got their seats, blah, blah, blah. Show started. It was great.
We took a few more photos while waiting. Got to see a massive chandelier.
Yeah, it was huge. It was beautiful.
You can tell we've never been there before.
Yeah.
The literal usher attendant was like, "Have you ever seen the big chandelier?" And we were like, "What?"
Yeah, we literally walked down to the front of the theater just to see the giant chandelier.
For a second there, I thought the big chandelier was a play, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then she's like, "The big chandelier, it's hanging there. You can go see it." And I'm like, "Ah, okay, an actual chandelier."
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past it.
Me
Plays
neither.
have weird names.
Me neither.
They were sweet though.
Mhm. Yeah, but we had intermission. Intermission was like, what, 15 minutes probably?
10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Just enough to go down, go to the bathroom, come back up, get a drink of water, come back, sit down.
Take your medicine without food.
Yeah, my mistake.
Dad actually went upstairs while we went downstairs where the bathroom was. He explored a little.
Yeah. And then the show continued on. Second half was great. A little bit boring, but that's me.
They did skip a song.
They skipped a song. They did. They skipped
Crossing a
Bridge, which, I mean, it's not my favorite song in the musical, but it's definitely like, there are other songs you could have skipped. Just saying.
I honestly thought
they
it was
kind
a
of
little
made
bit
it
later.
a reprise.
Yeah.
Like they kind of added it on to the end of Holds the Key.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it worked. They worked it really well, but I just kind of wish they had the actual song.
I thought it was later on in the play, and then...
I whispered to you, I'm like, did they just skip over Crossing a Bridge? And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I hadn't really listened to the full soundtrack as much as you have, so I wasn't...
seeing the show, so...
Yeah, I haven't really... I think I listened through the soundtrack maybe twice. So I'm not too familiar when that would have happened. Because let's face it, we all skip to the songs that we love the most.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which, Crowd of Thousands was fine. Again, not a huge fan of the Dimitri that they had because I'm not a huge fan of his voice. I'm sorry.
He did a good job.
He was decent. I mean, he could sing, that's for sure, but he just didn't sound like a Dimitri to me. Maybe still salty over there.
You're still salty.
Mm-hmm.
Stay I Pray You was really good. I like it. She hates it.
I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. That being said, though, what was your absolute favorite performance of the show that they did?
I don't know. I liked Once Upon a December a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they did it, I had chills.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite was In My Dreams. Again, if you guys have ever heard that song, it's a big song to do. The vocals are intense on it, and I think Beth did really well with it. I think she did a really great job and lived up to Christy, as horrible as it may sound.
She did good.
She did really good. That was my one thing, because as you can tell, I would love to go to see it on Broadway and see Christy, because it's like the original cast. Like, it's the first cast ever done Anastasia, so I think it's kind of like, you know.
It would be our luck, though, that as soon as we would actually get to New York would be like the day after she quit.
Yeah. Though I don't see her quitting.
Yeah, I don't see her quitting either.
It
It was kind of funny. At one point, I could have sworn they had a creepy Anya doll,
yeah.
but we're not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. But like I said, I kind of got let down by the Anyas. It's like, okay, it's Christy, which is great. And I was like, no, it's not Christy. She doesn't travel. It's going to be this Lila person. It's like, oh. Okay, well, I mean, I guess if they chose her, she must be good. And that's like Beth, and I'm like, who the heck is this person? I don't know who this person is. Is she going to be any good? But I was impressed. She was great.
Because I'm like, wait, is that the understudy? That has to be the understudy, right? And then we actually get the books, and I'm like, I'm right, it is the understudy.
Yeah, so it was Beth, the understudy, but Beth was great.
Yeah,
you know, she did really well. But the creepy Anya doll, like, towards the end, after Anya finds out that Dimitri had this side plan of getting money from the Empress, for Anastasia's return, and Anya's upset, and she's like, well, what is this thing? Did you buy it? I don't want this. And then she threw it at him, and you couldn't really tell what it was.
It was definitely some sort of doll.
It looked like a doll.
It looked like creepy Anya.
And if you guys have ever seen those vlogs from Broadway.com, you'll know creepy Anya. They need to sell creepy Anya.
I'd buy it, creepy Anya.
I would burn a creepy Anya.
Yeah, I would buy it, not tell you that I bought it, and then hide it somewhere in your room.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And then you would just open up a door one day, and all of a sudden there's creepy Anya.
It would be like Roman.
Whatever his name is.
Whatever. Gleb. It would be like Gleb putting the creepy Anya in the candy bowl and just be like, taking the candy anyway.
But it's funny though, because in the same style, he threw that on it, and then later on, whenever he sees it again, he acts all afraid of it.
I mean, it came back, man.
Yeah.
But it was good. I would probably give it a high B.
A high B. I thought you were going to go with a number.
I'm giving it a grade. I'm grading
You're giving it a grade.
I'm going to give it a high B only because, again, I would like to see the Broadway cast over a traveling cast. I feel like if you get the chance, the Broadway cast is definitely the way to go, just for the fact of it, but the cast was good. You know, Vlad is always hilarious. John is better, but I'll take Vlad any day. Any Vlad. Also, low-key, I wonder if that was actually Beth's hair, because it didn't look like a wig.
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh well. That is our ramble. We're kind of tired.
I'm hungry.
I'm not. But we're going to probably rummage the fridge and then go to bed.
Food is good.
Because it's probably like, what, 1:30 now? Because we've been rambling for a while.
1:20.
Close enough. Yep.
Bye.